Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be accompanied by...
Hey everybody, my name's Austin. Y'all can call me Paul. It's my third video in. We're best friends now and don't know much about college football. Love to argue about it though, and that's why I'm here today.
Alright, good deal. Last season, the Temple Owls went 3-9, 1-7 in the American and finished the season on a 7-game losing streak, which is absolutely terrible. Now, they have a first-year head coach in Stan Drayton, so we'll see how that goes. They have pretty decent talent for the American Athletic Conference. Their offense, they have pretty good. They have, like, 2 seniors on the offense. The rest are sophomores and juniors, so, I mean, you have a good mixture. You would like to have more veterans on the offense besides
a lot of young talent to grow into here.
On defense, you have... kind of the similar situation, but you have more graduate, you have more juniors and seniors, so it's a little bit more veteran there.
The defense already looks like that's going to be their side of the ball they want to be on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just looking at the roster here.
Of course. All right, well, we're going to be speeding right through this, going ahead and going to the schedule since it's taking us 15 minutes to do a lot of these. So let's go ahead and start. Week 1, they're on the road in Durham to take on the Duke Blue Devils. So?
Not much. These are Temple's in a very low state in their football career right now. I'm gonna go by a name right here and say Duke does push by them. This is obviously gonna be a very sloppy game. I don't think much is gonna be done in terms of highlights here, but I think Duke does slide by with a win.
I could see that. The thing is, these are 2 programs that have similar talent. Duke has just not been able to execute over the past couple of years. Last year, they lost to, I believe it was like FAU or Ohio, something like that, badly. So I'm just going to give it to Temple. It's going to be a close game.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. But I'm going to give it to, I'm going to give it to Duke. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it to Duke.
So we're both starting 0-1 here.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Duke Blue Devils because of the home field advantage. Week 2, they play something called Lafayette Leopards, something like that.
Well, you got a little poverty franchise right after you think. Obviously Duke's a big game for Temple. They're going to schedule a nobody. This should be one that Temple takes care of. We know win or lose from Duke. This should be a game Temple takes care of.
Yeah, you should win the game easily. Then you have homecoming against Rutgers for some reason.
Early in the series. Season.
There you go.
Early in the season, we're going to do homecoming week 3, I guess, against Rutgers.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd hate to tell Temple this, but I think they're going to lose.
Yeah, the thing is, Greg Schiano has this Rutgers team going in a
good
very
direction.
Good direction.
They've took the last couple seasons, laid a great foundation. I think the program's looking very nice. A lot of they're like everybody else, young. You got young talent on one side, veterans on the other. I think Rutgers going to have a decent season. I think they slide by Temple here on homecoming.
The thing is they are playing in probably one of the hardest divisions in football in the Big Ten East. That's why Rutgers just seems to be a nobody team every year. But they're going to be better than Temple, so I'll give you there. So Temple starts out 1-2.
That's the whole thing about Rutgers. You put them in the Pac-12, they start looking like a decent ball team, but they have a very tough schedule every single year.
Oh, yeah.
Take a lot of beat downs. I think Rutgers won look a little bit better next season.
I agree. Next, you play UMass. You should win this game. UMass is a terrible team in the FBS, so you should get your second win.
Yeah, there's really not much room for Temple to screw this one up here. UMass is about as bad as it gets, so I think they come off a loss. That's one thing, but I think they slide by UMass pretty easily.
I agree. Then they go on the road to Memphis. Memphis has gone down the last couple of years, but I think Memphis is still either around your level or better than you a little bit. So I think on the road in Memphis, you take your third loss.
I agree. Memphis had a lot of trouble, a lot of problems inside the locker room the last couple of years, but I think they're still at a point where the talent does look better than Temple, so I'm going to give this one to Memphis.
I agree. Then you go into your bye week at 2-3.
A very strange schedule we're looking right here.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Then you come out of it, go on the road to the Bounce House, take on the Knights of UCF. You're not going to win this game.
No.
Gus Malzahn's going to know exactly what to do against you. He played you last year, and just tell you what happened. He didn't? Or yeah, he did. You got blown out by UCF, so it's going to be similar.
It looks like it's going to happen again this year. UCF definitely one to watch in their respective conference. Going to have a great season. I don't think Temple's much of a tick on their foot for them, so I think UCF grabs this win.
Next up, you play Tulsa at home for a change, but I think Tulsa is kind of the diet Houston of this conference. So I think Tulsa's going to bully you around and get another win for their self, but they're going to give you a loss.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this looks like a good ball game in the first half, but Tulsa's just going to wear you down. I mean, they're a good, solid. They got everything figured out. Good foundation on the whole deal. So I think Tulsa's going to run away with this one.
I agree. Then you go to the road to Annapolis, take on the Navy Midshipmen, which is a service academy, which means they love to run the triple option.
Oh, they love it.
They love to slow down the game. They love to keep the ball away from you and chew clock. But you know what? I'm going to give you a turnaround win right here. Navy, they're kind of the worst service academy football team, not service academy, in the FBS. I just think that at this point you're going to be... Upsets happen all the time. I think this is where an upset happens for you. I think you get a win here. Or never mind. I misread my notes. I'm sorry. I think Navy bullies you. I just screwed that whole thing up. But you know what? We're rolling with it.
Well, no, my whole opinion on the whole thing is Temple's going to have a slow pace, and it's not going to be anything they want to do. They're going to have a slow pace because of their talent. I think this is honestly going to be a closer game.
I could see it, yeah.
Now, I would actually give Temple the win if this wasn't a mid-season game and you're hitting the triple option.
Yeah, and you're in Annapolis.
Right, so anytime we're looking at a team with a triple option and they're in the middle of the season, you don't have a lot of time to prepare for this. Obviously, they're going to put most of their resources towards the last game. I think Navy's going to come away with this win. I wouldn't be surprised if it's close, but I don't think Temple's going to be able to stop. They're going to run all over them.
I agree. Next up, you play South Florida. I think this is where you get the turnaround win. I don't know what I was thinking.
There's not much room for loss here for Temple. The Bulls is probably the worst team I've ever seen in my entire life.
Last season, you lost to them by 20, but I think this year, getting them at home is going to be a little bit of a help for you. And I think this win right here will be maybe the defining win for Stan Dratton's first season at Temple.
Yeah, I think just from a logical pick from our perspective, you're not going to lose to the Bulls. Now, there's a lot of room for error here, especially with how your season's gone thus to this point. I think y'all get the win.
I agree.
Not a lot of room for error. I think you get it easy.
I remember the name of the quarterback of South Florida, Gary Bohannon.
There he is, Bohannon. That's his last name.
Anyways, they get the win here. Then you have 3 straight very difficult games in the season at Houston, against Cincinnati, against East Carolina. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think you lose all 3 of these games.
Yeah, if you're a Temple fan, just don't turn on the TV for the next few weeks. I mean, this is one of the rougher stretches we've seen from a team at this stature. We're kicking it off with Houston in Houston. We got a good team right here. Moving to a Power 5, had a great last couple of seasons. We can scale it back for 5 seasons. I think they've had a great program. I
think it started back in 2016 when they upset Oklahoma.
Yeah. They've had a great program since that first season. I think this is not going to be a game. I'm sorry. I think Houston comes in here, takes care of business early, kills the spirits. I think this is going to be a blowout win for Houston.
Oh, I agree. And the thing is with Cincinnati, since they lost some of their players, I think this could be close in the first half, but I do think that Cincinnati would pull away in the second half.
It's kind of the same situation as what Tulane was just in. We just talked about. You're catching Cincinnati at the tail end of your season where they've gotten used to their roster. A lot of changes. You want to see this team early if you want to beat them. I don't think this is going to be much of a game in the second half. I think Cincinnati's going to pull away with this one by double-digit victory.
I agree. And I just think East Carolina by this point is just going to skull drag you up and down the field and just give you a sour end to your season.
And I couldn't agree more. At this point in the season, East Carolina is going to be a great ball team, and their talent's really going to be shining, and Temple cannot match it. That's simple.
So there you go. We think that the Temple Owls go 3-9 on the year, same thing as last year. But there's a lot of room for improvement for Stan Dratton. Can he get turned around in the next couple of years? Who knows? Will he be out of town in the next 3 years? Who knows?
And that's all. I mean, that's all you can hope for when you're hiring a head coach. You really don't know what's going to happen. I hope the best for him. Obviously, at a 3-9 schedule, you can only really go up. So that's the good news.
Agreed. Anyways, thank you, sir, for being on here with me.
It was an honor.
And you'll see him for at least 2 more of these videos. We may even start a podcast. Who knows?
Hey, podcast is happening, y'all.
Yes, sir.